Welcome to my teaching philosophy within the framework of the Teaching Perspective Inventory, TPI. My name is Bouvier Ferguson, and the Teaching Perspective Inventory can be useful and informative for several reasons. One, as an evaluative and research tool. Two, to create a teaching profile. Three, to reflect on one's teaching. And four, to satisfy one's curiosity about different approaches to teaching. In summary, it helps to collect your thoughts and ideas about teaching, and it can be useful in examining your own teaching as well as the teaching views of other people. As you listen, please keep in mind that there are many teaching techniques and one is not necessarily better than the other. Why? Because there's no one-size-fits-all perspective. Learners are the backbone of academic institutions, and as such, they should be at the front and center of all that I do. Because if there is no learner, there's no teacher. My role is to inspire and encourage the learner to work to his or her fullest potential and watch them grow and blossom. Teaching and learning should bring out the learner's imagination and curiosity and get them excited and motivated for success in the real world. With that said, here are some of my goals. 1. To ensure that the learner achieve their highest potential. 2. To embrace each learner's uniqueness in terms of their learning styles and the pace at which they are able to grasp the information. 3. To build on the learner's experience, knowledge, and philosophy instead of teaching and treating the learner as if they are a blank slate. And 4. To model dedication, commitment, perseverance, an open mind, a positive attitude, diligence, and warmth. 5th, to create a safe space where the learner feels comfortable in taking risk, to share their ideas, and to blossom and grow. And finally, to present the information in various ways to ensure understanding and applicability of the knowledge gained. The Teaching Perspective Inventory, TPI, has 5 different perspectives on good teaching. 1. Transmission. 2. Nurturing. 3. Apprenticeship. 4. Social reform. 5. Development. And those were my scores after taking the test, and I will explain them further in a little bit. The website, if you are interested in taking the same test, would be www.teachingperspectives.com. Within my Teaching Perspective Inventory, there were 3 subscores. 1. Belief. What do I believe while I'm teaching and learning? 2. Intentions. What do I try to accomplish while I'm teaching? And 3. Action. What do I actually do when I'm teaching? Now it's time for my TPI results. My results reflected a flat profile, which means there was only a slight difference between the 5 perspectives, which I mentioned earlier: transmission, nurturing, apprenticeship, social reform, and developmental. According to the website, if there was a point spread of 4 or more points among beliefs, intention, and action, it meant that there was a discrepancy. So for my dominant perspective of transmission, there was no discrepancy. However, in my backup perspective, which is nurturing, there was a discrepancy between intention and action because I had a 5-point gap between intention and action. This is something I would need to work on because I would want to make sure that my action is more in line with my intention as it relates to nurturing of my learners. My moderate perspective was apprenticeship, and my recessive perspectives were social reform and developmental, with developmental being the lowest, but yet there was no discrepancy in any of the categories except in nurturing. The question is asked, do I feel that this is a true reflection of me? And I would say yes. I do have the transmission perspective in that when assigned a task, I ensure accuracy and efficiency. I am also very goal-oriented and try to master the topic that I'm given to present. This means that I provide my learners with practical experience through project-based activities as a team member, allowing the learner to take risk and build their confidence through perseverance while working collaboratively in providing constructive feedback and making good choices. This is possible if the learner's environment is positive and the learner feels welcome and safe to discuss and to interact. The explanation for my nurturing perspective reflects my need to ensure that the learner has clarity. As a nurturer, I care about my learner's success and the results of building self-confidence. While I feel obligated to cover certain materials, efforts are also made to create an environment that exemplifies trust and care. Being able to be present for my learners by answering questions in a timely manner, providing feedback, and any resources that they may need to ensure their success. Additionally, ensuring again that the learner has a safe space for sharing and questioning, because where my passion for the subject area is conveyed, making the lesson more memorable and enjoyable for the learner is optimal. Thank you for listening to my teaching perspective. I would like to leave you with this as I close. As a teacher, I am generous in my offerings of public praise to my learners. I'm also reminded that knowledge gives learners choices and the power to choose. So as I teach, I am also inspiring change because we're all lifelong learners. As William Arthur Ward says, the mediocre teachers tell, the good teachers explain, the superior teachers demonstrate, and the great teachers inspire. Thank you for listening to my teaching philosophy.